Yeah, Uber for Phil?
Hey sir, sorry for the delay.
No, Matt, it's fine.
So you're going to a hotel in Pala? Yeah, another place. It's lucky for you, Pala has only one hotel still working.
Listen, is there anything I should be worried about over here? It's my first time in Africa. Is Far Cry 2 the best Far Cry game? No. That title's given to Far Cry 3 for having the best video game villain of all time. Them are me! But it's pretty damn close in A tier, because the second Far Cry game sets the foundation gameplay-wise for every Far Cry game created after with its open-world gameplay concept. The story takes place in a fictional African country because given the terrain, it could be Sudan, Tanzania, Angola, Cameroon, so it's all up for interpretation. We're here for one thing and one thing only, which is to assassinate the Jackal, who's an arms dealer funding the civil war currently taking place. But right as we get to our hotel, we contract malaria and pass out in the backseat of our Uber, and then we wake up to the Jackal going through all of our suitcase.
His reputation as a dangerous arms dealer is well deserved. Orders are to terminate. Well, that didn't work out the way they planned. I'm still breathing and you're the one with malaria. Nobody kills me. Nobody.
He lets us live thinking that malaria is gonna kill us, but it doesn't. The tutorial sequence is pretty great at showing you all the game mechanics like. Every time your car gets shot, before it explodes, you're able to take out a ratchet and turn the bolts on the motor to make it work again. Another thing that stands out from the tutorial is that if you clear some of the enemy camps around the map, there's a Bethesda-style feature where once you own the camp, you can go into it to save, and then you get to decide how many hours you want to sleep. The government essentially gave up, and now there's two private militias that are fighting over who gets to control the country. On one side there's the UFLL, and on the other there's the APR, and to be honest, I don't really remember what the acronyms mean, but I know they hate each other. As for the story, I don't think we'll ever get a game like Far Cry 2 because you're essentially committing war crimes for both factions. It's not like Fable or Fallout where you get to decide if you want to do a Good Samaritan playthrough or an action playthrough where you can piss off everyone. And both factions are run by horrible people, because on one side you have a faction that purposefully wants to make the whole country starve to death, where I'm tasked to blow up their water supply. But then the other faction kidnaps children to make them work as child soldiers, so... Hey, asshole! Essentially, your character is a horrible person that is willing to carry out so many atrocities for each faction, and Ubisoft really did a good job to kind of display how each faction is willing to do anything it takes to gain control of the country. Oh, and on a side note, both factions' headquarters are positioned right in front of each other, like it's two forts. In a world with underfunded militias filled with unskilled soldiers, you'll be doing a lot of missions for the APR and the UFLL at the same time, which is really weird. And as soon as you accept to do a mission for one faction, the other faction's gonna call you right after to see if you can sabotage their plans. Hey, our character does not care how many war crimes he's committing, as long as he's getting paid in cold, hard blood diamonds. I put diamonds on my hoe's toenails, tell that bitch walk light. And with diamonds, you can spend it right here in this rinky-dink shack. And when you log into this 1980s terminal, you get a wide range of guns, abilities to choose from, which is nice. And wait, did that just say... Liberty and Wrangler, going for the fight, jungle to the desert, day and the night, takes that fire, takes that hell, still stands free, most wanted on the front line, that's J-E-E-P. Okay, hey, I'm sorry. I used AI to create that song, okay? I'll always disclose when I use AI. And when I was writing that song, I kind of got carried away and I generated some things. My wife's boyfriend telling me I'm allowed to watch one more hour of Burnt Peanut, even though it's past my bedtime. Show me the visual of Ubisoft Skull and Bones $200 million budget in $8 bills stacked on top of each other and see if it's taller than the Empire State Building. Sorry, okay, I got carried away. I'm part of the reason why you can't buy a 5080. I just love that there's zero branding in the game other than Jeep trucks. And you're never forced to drive Jeeps, by the way. You can drive any car you want. Because in this game, you've got mounted turret cars, the weird Half-Life 2 car, and even ATVs. But I do have to point out that if you drive a Jeep truck, they're significantly faster and more durable against gunfire than all the other vehicles. And then when you go repair other cars' engines, they're all old, rusted, but the Jeep one is always clean and nice. I think it would have been more realistic if Ubisoft chose a Toyota sponsor, in my opinion. When you think of the Far Cry franchise, it's always a power fantasy where your character never dies, enemies have health bars, you can roam the map freely with no care in the world. And Far Cry's 3 to 6 are a breeze to play through where you just turn off your brain and liberate compounds. It's not really challenging, the only person challenged is me mentally. But Far Cry 2 is hard. I find it really hard. Again, it's probably my skill issue, but without a regenerating health bar, a super minimalistic HUD, it's a very difficult game, and I loved every second of it. The gunplay is amazing because every gun has its own personalities, and none of them are OP, and the gun you're using always has a small percentage of jamming, which always looks really cool. Also, another theme that's very present in Far Cry 2 is malaria. Hey, you're always one mosquito bite away from dying, and you'll just be in a gunfight, immediately get malaria, and then you have to pop a pill in between the gunfight. It's amazing. It's something that I haven't seen in other single-player games, where you just have to tend to your wounds that has nothing to do with bullets, and it's amazing. It's really funny. Obviously, you can't make a video about Far Cry 2 without talking about the fire mechanic, which is cool because if you throw a Molotov or a car explodes, the fire is gonna spread, it catches onto trees, which is cool for 2008, but even cooler knowing that other Far Cry games have never had that mechanic taken place. The minimalistic HUD, the muted brown and green undertones just really fit well with this drab aesthetic that they were going for with this African civil war with no end in sight. At the end of the game, we finally meet up with the Jackal, and he tells us this.
So far, so good. The civilians are gone. Most of them have already crossed the border. An entire country is about to disappear. They're in the way. We can't do our work if they're here. We have to isolate this disease so we can destroy it.
He realized that the civil war between the APR and the UFLL is an endless cycle of greed that can't be stopped. And essentially his goals shifted where he no longer wants to sell any weapons to any factions. He just wants to liquidate the entire conflict by helping the remaining civilians trying to escape the border. As we're helping civilians seeking refuge across the border, the leaders of the APR and the UFLL actually unite at the end because they want to keep the war going on because it's profitable. And then the final mission is infiltrating a meeting between both leaders of each militias and then killing both of them with a singular grenade. It's kind of poetic when you think about it. In the end, I really enjoyed myself, and that's why after 20 hours of gameplay, I would give the second Far Cry 9 "Why are you running?" out of 10. As always, these are the comments from the last video. Thanks again for watching, and I'll hopefully see you next time. Alright, bye.